Welcome back to In the Zone, broadcasting from the Crystal City Sports Pub, one of the best places in Arlington to watch all your favorite sporting events. Once again, I'm James Flamez, sitting here with Jason Herbek, unbiased, and of course, Rocky from the Kev Rock Show. All right, guys, we already, talked a little bit about some Redskins. Now it's time to get you guys basically State of the Union of the DC sports area. We're going through a little bit of a dip right now.
A little?
A little bit of a dip. Just a little bit. We're all in a rebuilding stage, all right? So let's start out with DC's favorite team, the Washington Redskins. Do you think that the NFL lockout, do you think that helps or hurts the Redskins?
I think it helps them for something like we talked about off air, to not make bad decisions, but in turn it helps them to make better decisions before they make them. Assess the situation and then go forward.
Yeah.
If we don't have anybody playing anything doing, it's going to put these guys in boardrooms and executive management meetings and say, look, this is what we can do. And if rumors happen, let's react off those rumors and then keep a steady motion going.
Right. Jason, what do you think? Helps or hurts?
I think it helps them because they're going to be forced to use their draft picks to fill holes and really fill the needs as opposed to trading up to sign big names, which they've done in the past. And it also saves them from trying to sign Tiki Barber.
Well, I think he brings up a good point also.
Tiki Barber?
Hey, come on, look at the running backs that were here last year.
You're right, he has made an absurd statement. But he does bring up a good point that although the players are locked out, maybe the GMs are still talking to one another and they're making deals, and maybe the Redskins can roll up more draft picks because we only have, what, 5 or 6, 7
at the most? I think it's like 5 or 6.
Yeah, so maybe we can roll up some more picks, trade away Cooley perhaps, get some more picks out of that, and do something with it.
That's funny you bring that up because I was with you guys that it helps the Redskins, but on the flip side of that, I think it hurts them a little bit because they want to get younger, all right? They want to get younger, and I think the trade possibilities like Cooley, for instance, maybe McNabb, or even maybe Haynesworth, or some other players or parts that they want to move, they can't do it.
Contention.
Okay.
You can't trade McNabb and get much. You can't trade Haynesworth and get much because the rest of the league knows you want to get rid of them. So they can just wait it out. They can wait that out. Cooley, although he's come on our station himself and said that you can't get much for me, everyone knows Cooley's a solid guy. And everyone thinks I want to trade Cooley because I don't like him. I have nothing against him. His brother gave us a job because he was so bad. But anyway, that's aside.
Cooley's nice, and you got Fred Davis there.
Yeah, I mean, you have Fred Davis that you can develop, you know what I mean? So you bring Cooley in and put him on the trade bait, get a couple draft picks for him, and let's stockpile and do like New England does, do like Pittsburgh does, and make some quality selections and make the team young.
On the record, Rocky, this is your turn. On the record, is McNabb the quarterback next year?
No.
No.
Simply said, there's been too much crap done from the skin side and from him being a class act that everyone wants to say. He's been having to be a soft guy for what the Redskins have done to him, but there's no way that relationship can progress after everything that's happened this year. To tell me that you're going to put some guy that's like telling Kevin he's better than me at skateboarding. He's better than me at roller skating, not skateboarding. You know what I mean?
Haynesworth, is he back?
No. They're gonna wait it out. The thing is, he doesn't want to be back. And why do you want him back after everything that's gone on? I mean, it's a tumultuous relationship that you've built and cultivated. Let the guy go, get what you can for him, if anything, but just let him go. And this end, I've been trying to tell people, don't be surprised if you see him in Oakland next year.
Where?
Oakland.
Oakland.
Yeah.
That'd be a good fit next to Seymour in Oakland.
Oakland. You heard it here first.
Runs a 4-3.
You got that, brand balls? You heard it here first.
Well, I said it on the station, but no one listens.
Weren't the Titans last year offering the Redskins like a 4th-round pick?
Yes, but they thought they can get a second and a first. I mean, people are just ludicrous in what they think their expectations could be.
Yeah. Now, let's move on to the Wizards. Are the Wizards on the right track with John Wall, or are they giving us a little false hope here?
That's an ambiguous question.
That's kind of tough.
Where is
on the right track? What is the right track when you say
right track means
letting them play?
No, right track means the organization is moving to developing a winner. It's tough. It's a tough call right now.
With John Wall,
letting
him play, I say they're on the right track. You let him get his cuts, understand what the league is about, get over that hump of playing over 30 games in a season. But as far as the team goes, having Ernie there is not going to do him any good. Ernie's proven that they just don't listen to him. Last year, a lot of people didn't listen to him when I said after the All-Star break, they traded Karan, they traded Jameson, and the team played great. Why? Because they got new guys in that didn't know the plays. And then once they had the time off to learn the plays, they went back to being who they were, the Wizards.
What do you think?
I like Wall, and they can trade everybody else as far as I'm concerned. Especially Blotch needs to go. All the players from that old regime need to go. Blotch being number one.
Yeah, anytime you have a guy that's pouring champagne all over himself, that's probably not a guy you
And then
can
McGee going for that triple-double when they were in a 20-point loss the other night. I mean, going hard for it. I mean, come on. Just realize where you're at, you know?
Well, I mean, guys, I want to say we're on the right track because I like Wall. Let's face it, we're jinxed. We're just jinxed.
By who? Management? Or just being a DC team?
Somebody put the whammy on us. I don't know who it is.
We don't have a goat running around. There's no.
No. We got the number one pick last year with Wall.
So what are you going to happen this year?
I mean, we were given two opportunities. You had Kwame Brown. Jordan made a bad selection. And then you had John Wall, which is a good selection, but you got to build around that. You just can't expect one guy, a young guy, to come in and have the effect, that a great Blake Griffin has, or someone else of his caliber. John Wall is not that guy. He is a good guy, but you got to put some tools around him.
I agree. Right pick with Wall. We're cursed, guys. And you heard it here first. Okay, let's move on. Which team has the brightest future since we're on the Wizards? The Wizards or the Nationals?
You're still talking about DC teams?
We're still talking about DC teams, man. This is
C, none of the above?
The Mystics.
If I had to choose, I would.
between those two.
If I had to choose, I would say the Nationals because of the signings that they have. But the thing is, it's the cliche thing to say when you have all the transient people in the DC area, but you had Strasburg come, and for the first 3 or 4 games, everyone was there, but then they started to trail off already on a new guy before he got hurt. So what are you going to expect with Bryce Harper coming in?
That's true.
A lot of the same, right?
Yeah.
So you got to put more tools around them to get people to keep coming at least, and to get people interested, because baseball, frankly, is the last thing behind soccer in this area as far as people are interested in.
No, I agree. It's more a social, recreational sport.
Yeah. I mean, I put the Wizards just because your best pitching prospect, Strasburg, best position players prospect, neither one of them are going to play this year, you know?
Yeah.
So they're already a year out.
Yeah. I think with Strasburg and Harper, I think the pressure is going to be on to bring some players. Now, whether players want to come here or not, it's a whole other thing. But I think the Wizards, I feel like it's so much of a crapshoot because I think Wall, though a good player, we see in the NBA, you need 1 or 2. And so I don't think any good players are going to really want to come here. Like when Blake Griffin's contract is up, he's not coming to Washington. So you're going to have to draft well. And I think a lot of that is luck.
On the same level, and I say this all the time on the show, people don't need to be surprised when John Wall's rookie contract is up that he won't be back.
Yeah,
you can say, yes, the Wizards can pay him the most money, but in this league, you can get your money elsewhere.
We're seeing that
now.
now.
Endorsements, you get it elsewhere. So John Wall he's already been recruited his first year at other places. He won't be back after his rookie contract.
You're killing us, Rocky. You're killing us.
I just like to bring reality to people's,
You're killing us,
I might just cry.
Man, I can't take 2 of you guys on the show, man. Two down, you're bringing me down. All right, the Capitals. Can the Capitals bring us our first professional title to Washington, D.C. in a long time, in 20 years?
That is the team that I'm most excited about. In the beginning of the season when everyone was talking about, what do we do? Do we fire Boudreaux? Do we get rid of Ovi? That's just ludicrous talk. You talk about a team who is where they are compared to all of our other teams, I would take the Caps any day over their comparative record to the Redskins or the Wizards anytime. And look what they've done. Everyone was wanting to jump ship, talk about how terrible they're going to be, how terrible they were going to be, and look where they are now. They're winning tonight. I don't know if we're supposed to say tonight, but they're up without Ovi right now.
That's good tonight. Tonight's good.
They're winning without Ovi right now. They're up. So what does that tell you? That the team can sustain without having their star player.
Yeah. Can they do it, Jason?
I think so, and I think this is the year to do it. They went on that terrible losing streak. Since then, they've been playing really well. Penguins don't have Crosby or Malkin. Since they picked up Arnett and Weideman after the trade deadline, they're like 9-1 in their past 10 games going into tonight.
And I think they can do it. I think last year, first out in the playoffs, kind of tough, but I think hopefully they show some heart. Which I think they will.
But I think that's what they've shown since that losing streak. Is
I agree. I mean, they had a losing streak early in the season.
It's also not about how they play now. It's about how they play, and we've seen in the last 3 years how they play once they get into the playoffs. That is the crucial. Are you going to switch the entire way that you've played all year and then switch it up in the playoffs? They got to stay. They got to start doing what I see other teams doing. And guess what? I'm a hockey novice. I love going to Capitals games. I've been doing it for 8 years. But when you go and you see other teams throwing their bodies in front of pucks, you're wondering, why isn't my team doing that? Why aren't they rebounding after a shot? Why isn't my team doing that? We've got the players, just do it in the playoffs.
Okay, last question here, guys. Last question. Which DC sports figure will return DC to glory? Is it A, Mike Shanahan, B, John Wall, C. Strasburg, D. Ovechkin, or none of the above? Return us to glory.
You're killing me. That's
Which one? Shanahan, Wall, Strasburg, Ovechkin, Rocky.
The Caps are the closest by far out of any of the teams.
Right.
I would say none, because I think there's going to be soon another person who comes to one of the teams. It could be Bryce Harper. It could be a guy that the Redskins draft. It could be someone that they put around Wall to bring each team over the hump.
I'm going to agree with Rocky. It's going to be none. It's going to be none. Because you are right. I think Ovechkin will eventually get us a title. But I don't think nobody cares about hockey in this town. We're a Skins town. We're a Wizards town. And I think even if Ovechkin wins, I feel like we're going to be like, oh yeah, you know, Ovechkin. It's going to be like a college team wins. Like, yeah, cool. We got a cool hockey team.
No,
I really don't feel good about it.
What's the hardest ticket in town to get? Capitals.
I don't know, man.
Yes, but you know what? To that point, when we have radio shows and we talk about hockey, everyone that listens goes to the game, and you have no one else to call in about the actual game itself. So everyone that's going to be excited are those 15 to 19,000 that actually go to the games. Outside of that, and when you have a listening audience of 3 to 500,000, 19 really doesn't make a dent. You know what I mean? So to some point, you're both right in that regard. But hopefully, I mean, and if they win, let's just say they win the championship, will it be a hot topic for more than a week in DC?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's why I'm with you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm with you. And with that, we have to go. Rocky agrees with me, and Jason, unfortunately, is by himself in the middle, being the little kid. Okay, sorry, Jason. That's how it is. That's how it is. Well, thank you for joining us. Thanks for hanging out, Jason. Obviously, most unbiased.
I bring it every week.
Now, is that his nickname, Jason Unbiased?
Yes, Jason, the most unbiased. Okay, you know what? He's really.
You're the Sonny Jurgensen of the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, thank you for joining us, Rocky.
No problem, man.
Come back anytime. Hang out
You
with
guys on the
us.
show and myself.
Nice.
Looking forward to it.
Nice. Looking forward to that. That's all the time we have. We'll see you guys next week here at the Crystal City Sports Bar.